And you take responsibility for everything you say?
No, that is not my making. It is NATI that has, you know, they produce the audited accounts of every state.
But the question I ask is, do you take responsibility for
If I don't take responsibility, why will I say it?
Okay.
Everything I say here is a fact. So the point is that I am saying that INEC is under the control of the presidency. The police is also under the control of the presidency.
I thought INEC was independent.
INEC, well, as independent as you may think, it is the federal, it's under the control of the federal government. It is the president that appoints or nominates who becomes the INEC, then the mere formality of the Senate and so on. It's not the state that appoints Yakubu. It is the president that nominated him for confirmation at the National Assembly. So all these institutions are in a way under the control of the presidency. So the point I am making is very simple. The presidency should please keep his hands off Bayelsa. Those, listen, those who have been pointed, there are some names that have been bandied around. For instance, the secretary to the government of the federation has been accused of looking for money to fund APC in Bayelsa State.
Mr. Tumage,
there are facts.
Mr. Tumage,
then
the elections in Bayelsa, can we just take it easy here? You're sounding really agitated. But
I'm agitated because...
no, let's go back to some of the things you said. You said that your party is on ground and owns the structure and owns the heart of the people.
Yes.
So why are you sounding agitated?
They say, why I have to be agitated is that in Akwa Ibom, all over the place, there has been rumors that all over the place that they want to ensure that they grab some of the South states. I looked at the judgment in the case of Rivers State, which was synonymous with that of Lagos. But the judgments given were different. I also looked at that of Akwa Ibom State. Now, you just finished discussing Taraba. Frankly, I am not discussing Taraba, but frankly, producing a candidate by way of, if you go through the Electoral Act, it's an internal matter. I'm not a lawyer, but that is an internal matter for which there is a subsisting Supreme Court judgment that the law court has no right to interfere with an internal party matter. And that is why they will succeed in the appeal. So when this thing, if somebody says, oh, tomorrow somebody will die, and tomorrow comes and the person dies, the following day, oh, a cock will die, and the cock dies, then you have to be worried.
You know, I'm amused, and I'll tell you why. Because I know that in Bayelsa State, I think a law was passed against rumor mongering. You're aware of that law because according to the people, some of the government officials in your state, rumor mongering became an industry, so much so that the government became worried about it. And I'm sure that you're aware of that law in Bayelsa State. Are you also helping to spread some of the rumors that you've heard?
I am.
Or are you really pay attention to that industry in Bayelsa State?
Look at it. The point is that everything I say, like somebody said, look, they are now giving out contracts to APC members. I investigated and I saw contract papers. What do you expect?
You said they gave contracts to people in Rivers State. That was what you said.
No, the headquarters of NDDC is in Rivers State.
I'm aware of that. I'm wondering, were they Bayelsans in Rivers State, or is it that they
gave the contracts in Rivers State to Bayelsans who are pro-APC. That's what I'm saying.
Is there anything wrong with that?
There is everything wrong with it if you don't follow due process. The point is that due process
Did they follow due process?
That is what I'm saying, because in NDDC, where I worked, what you do is you advertise. You allow people to bid and do tendering before you award a job. You don't just award a job overnight.
Let's go to the issue very quickly. the elections are just around the corner, December 5, and you say you stand a chance. For Governor Dickson and his team, what is the staying power when you say you go out and you have just told us that whatever we have seen or heard from Mr. Miebi is just mere coincidence or totally untrue, that everyone has not been choosing each other's plan. What plan of action do you have in your camp that is quite different from what the APC has in Bayelsa State?
Yeah, very clear. You know, the APC flag bearer was governor for 5 years. I am from the same place with you. I'm a Nimbe person. The APC flag bearer is a Nimbe person. Challenge anybody, call anybody from Nimbe you know. If there is one landmark project Silva ever embarked upon. And that is why the rejection actually started from home. Now today, listen, today, the Nembe man can, with a 4-wheel, you can drive to Nembe from Yenagoa. Who made it possible? Now, this road was initially given to NDDC and Shell, and at a point they stopped. When Governor Dickson came in, he said, look, why can't Nembe people drive their cars to their homes? He called both parties, and they said, look, they didn't have money again. What did he do? He said, look, go and find out, cost what is left, so that government will, intervene. And what did he do? He intervened. He has spent up to 4 billion naira to make it possible for the Nembe man to drive to his home. During the time of Silva, when they said, come, walk on this road, he said the road was not viable. You see, the reasons why he was rejected are very obvious. Very, very obvious. You know,
isn't it ironic? First, you're a Nembe person.
Yes.
The same place where Timmy Silva is from.
Yes.
Just the same way Miebi is from Sagbama, the same place where the incumbent governor is from. And he did say, we can see the mammoth crowd and mammoth support they already have for Dickson. I meant to say Silva in Sagbama.
It is not true. The other day, they went to Sagbama. About close to 25 buses. You know, when you are through with a campaign tour, you go back to Yenagoa. But what we saw that day was more than 25 buses were heading for Delta State and Benin. We followed them up. What does it?
You followed them to Delta State?
No, that is, people follow them up. People were dealing to say, where are these people coming from? And by the end of the day, they started dragging, give me my 1,000, give me 500 now, no complete, all those things. So we know where they get those crowds. But the real Bayelsa State is a small state, a state of 1.7 million. We virtually know one another in that state. And when strangers come, we also know. So most of those people populating the so-called APC are non-indigenous. Some of them they are not voting there. They are just creating that impression so that maybe help can come from anywhere. But it is interesting to note also that an NGO, what's the name? The Niger Delta Integrity Group, conducted an opinion poll using 10 parameters. Number 1, grassroots orientation. Number 2, spread. Number 3, performance in about 5 sectors of the economy. And the PDP got 87%, while the APC got, I think, 9%. Then PDM, remember there's another party headed by the flag bearer there is SSA, got the rest. So if what we have on ground, if nobody interferes.
How credible is that,
the
poll?
The poll, I can say it is credible because it was parametric. It's not just say yes or no, with parameters, with evidence.
Not because it favored you.
No. I am not a politician.
Just wondering though, how would you describe the situation, the security situation in Bayelsa State?
Bayelsa State, the first law Pt. Dickson made, I came with that law for you to, it's your complimentary copy. When Dickson came in, there was chaos. They have spoiled all the youth with drugs, I must tell you. Even children that were born the year I left secondary school.
So you had to go on a rehabilitation program?
Rehab, then first of all, you have to create, COP terrorism and crime and criminality by using instrumentality. Yeah, terrorism.
Or occultism.
It's a form of terrorism. You can call it mini or local terrorism, where you are sleeping in your house, somebody breaks into your room and begins to steal everything. You see, so the first law he made was a law prohibiting cultism, crime, and criminality. I came with a copy of that law. Now, if Silva today wants to say that there was no chaos at this time, or there was chaos, did he make any law outlawing cultism, crime, and criminality? He never did.
All of this will be brought to bear December 5, right?
Yes.
And you did say some people have been hired to come into Bayelsa State on that day. Since, according to you, they don't have the PVC, Bayelsans are just going to vote on that day and no one coming in from any other state.
I should think so. And my worry is that the presidency, for God's sake, the presidency...
Has there been any history in the past of presidents interfering in state elections?
Well, in most cases, clandestinely, it may not be open, but clandestinely, they can interfere.
John Idumage, the SSA on social media, to Governor Gov Dickson, thank you for coming on Sunrise Daily today.
Thank you very much.
Well, so much on the program today. It's Thursday, 48 hours to the big moment in Kogi State. Don't forget, Shehu Kimbaluya and the entire team, they're there bringing you update. By the way, the Inspector General of Police has deployed his team to that particular state and also issued restriction on movement from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening in Kogi State. We'll keep you abreast with the information concerning the elections in Kogi State. Many thanks for being such nice company today. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mauwe Ogun.
And I'm Nel Taibi.
See you again.